When my son was around 3 years old, we were reading together Dr. Seuss's The Lorax. If you're not familiar with it, or if you need a refresher from your childhood, it's this morality tale about truffalo trees being cut down for factories. And so the main message is about preserving the environment, how cutting down trees hurts the animals and rivers and waterways and is bad. And so we should do everything we can to take care of trees and water and the environment. Great message. And so my 3-year-old and I are finishing reading this book, and I'm happy. He's learned so much about taking care of the environment. And then he closes the book with one hand and he turns to me and he says, "I want to cut down all the trees and put gunk in the water." He's 3 years old. I thought I had just taught him to do something good. But he had just learned more ways to be destructive. If there's something both Christians and skeptics can agree on, it's that there's something wrong with this world. It's full of pain, hardship, war, famine, disease, and a good deal of the pain and suffering comes from us, from people. Often we don't do the good we want to do. Often our best attempts to educate people to do good things doesn't end up like we intended. And if we're honest, a good deal of the pain and hardship in our lives comes from our own hands, even if it's just from failing to act. In a word, you find yourself surrounded by guilt, lying awake late at night with guilt, staring in the mirror and wondering how you can get out from under this guilt. I want to challenge you that there is no decent, workable, realistic solution to the guilt in your life apart from a man named Jesus. I know how that sounds, and maybe you'll tell me I've looked into it and it doesn't seem like the solution. Well, you haven't looked into it with us. I invite you, with all of your doubts, struggles, arguments against God's existence, issues with God and suffering, but most importantly, I invite you with all of your pain to join us and start a conversation. Our church, St. Paul, is skeptic friendly. We want you here. We want to hear your stories. We want to learn about you. If you're a University of Ottawa student or Carleton student that needs to write a report for a religion course and you need to observe Christian worship, we're here for you. If you're simply looking for answers, we want to tell you how we were looking for answers too, and the answers Jesus gave us. Our church is a church of travelers, vagabonds, ordinary people with typical struggles, shortcomings, and problems. But we found an extraordinary way of overcoming those things. And we want to share them with you. We want to share Him with you. We would love it if you would give us that opportunity.